Hi there, my name is Dylan Perego. I'm the Director of Admissions and Marketing here at Keyin College. Come join me here today and learn more about the programs and all the exciting life-changing opportunities we have to offer.
Well, I'm Alan Dale from Gale Forces. What an absolute pleasure it is to be here at Keyin College, beautiful St. John's, Newfoundland and Labrador. These folks are finding a better way to educate folks, and I want to tell you, they are making a difference. We're talking today about their post-secondary programs, and really I want to get into how you kind of get involved. How do you touch this program? How do I get out and make sure that I get enrolled? And on that note, why don't you introduce yourself? Tell us what you do.
So my name is Dylan Perego. I'm Director of Sales and Marketing here at Keyin College, and I oversee the admissions team and the marketing team for the post-secondary division.
Okay, talk to me about that, Dylan. What does the first touch to Keyin look like? How does a person reach out to you, and then what comes back to them?
Perfect. So there's a number of ways that you can get in touch with us here at Keyin. So we do a lot of digital marketing efforts as well. So we advertise on Google Ads, we advertise on Facebook to really get our program information out there. Students can interact with us that way, submit forms, request more information. They can go directly to our website, keyin.com, submit an application, and from there they get directed right to our team where they're going to get a touch point from a dedicated rep for us, reaching out to them over the phone, reaching out to them over email, text messaging, to follow up on their interest. We really want to make sure that they feel heard and that they don't feel that the team is non-responsive or anything like that. So we cherish every opportunity we get to speak to an interested student, and we want to get them booked with an admissions advisor for an appointment for an interview, and really get to learn about what's sparking their interest to begin with in their program.
You know, Dylan, and you know this better than me, folks are calling, maybe they're not quite sure where they fit. Maybe they are hearing some of these programs, some of them are interested. How do you help that person that maybe not quite sure, know they want to go back to school or go to school? What's the step there?
Yeah, so that's actually the majority of students we speak to, or prospective students that we speak to, really. We do get some that come in and they say, I've wanted to be a dental assistant since I was 12 years old, and that's fairly easy conversation. We just get right into sharing basic program information and requirements and things like that. But we do get a lot of students that come in, they may not be fresh out of high school, they may be looking for a career change, they just may have something may have happened in their life, circumstances changed where they feel like going back to school is going to set them up best for success in the future. So we really try to just focus on what they're passionate about, what they're interested in when we're speaking to them first, right? We don't want to put them down a path or a direction that they don't feel is going to be valuable for them or beneficial for them. So as many people I'm sure know, our programs are centered largely in the healthcare space or the tech space or the business space. So we start down identifying which one of those three paths interests them most. And from there you can get more specific in program focus, you know. Healthcare, for example, you can get into identifying, do they like working with children? Maybe child and youth care worker, early childhood education could be an option. Do they want to work in the sort of the provincial healthcare space, personal care attendant, practical nursing, that sort of thing. So we try to identify that early on and just unpack, like I said, what they're passionate about, because that's why they're coming to us. They're coming to us from some reason that sparked them, and we just want to get to know them and start building that relationship with them.
It's a crucial moment, right, when they make that call, and they're, you know, it's a big decision to go to school. It's courageous right there to pick up the phone and start down that process. Talk to me how you make it so sort of easy for them to get into a program, because for some people it just might take one little thing to turn them off, and they're done, right? And that's not only a disservice, you know, to the school in terms of you don't get to educate that person, but it's a service to that person as well, right? How do you make it as easy as possible to learn here at Keyin?
So right from the very get-go, we want to have an open, warm, welcoming demeanor with the student, right? We call our admissions reps admissions advisors for that particular reason. We want them to get that initial first impression that we're going to help them do what's best for them or what's most interesting. That, to me, plays a pivotal role in helping get rid of some of those maybe early jitters, or so the maybe hesitancy of, oh, you know, like you said, any little thing can come up, and any little objective or any little barrier can make a molehill seem like a mountain, right? So how we do our part is we just take it one step at a time, right? We don't rush through the process just to get somebody in and move on to the next student, right? we try, out of all the other options out there, we try to give the student the impression that we're going to support them further, help them solve their initial concerns or their objections on a deeper level than anybody else out there will. And part of that is, taking your time, again, coming back to that term I used earlier, unpacking not just what their interests are, but what their current situation is, where they may need some support, whether that be pre-enrollment or post-enrollment. Some people look to the future ahead of, the admissions journey, as we'll call it, and say might think, well, I might not be able to get through this when I'm in the program. So maybe that's shoulder tapping somebody from our faculty to come in and meet with the student and help answer some of their initial questions, make them feel more comfortable. We really try to be flexible and malleable to that, and not just follow, a rigid, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-step process and treat people like numbers. We just don't believe in that.
Yeah, well, not once did you say process in here. You call it a journey.
Yeah.
Because that's exactly what it is, right? It's going to take different pathways
Yeah.
for different students, but the ultimate goal is sort of we get people in class, they get educated in something that they want to do, and then we all thrive because of that. And what would be that one thing that you would say to somebody right now that might be considering going to Keyin College?
So what one thing I would say
What would be
the
one thing you would say to encourage them to come on and join the programs?
I would say the level of support they get throughout their journey here, and not just speaking to admissions, because those are the folks that I work with closely, and I'm very proud of our team, and I know the attention and the attention detail and the effort we put in with the students, but all throughout down the line, whether it's the student services team or the administration team. Since I started at Keyin, I started at the end of 2023, so it's been a little over 2 years now, and one of my favorite experiences is seeing graduation, right? Seeing all the students that came in, and I've been here long enough now to where I've seen them come in on day one, and I recognize the faces and I recognize the names coming through. And yes, that is a huge testament to the effort that they put in and the dedication and the commitment, regardless of what their situation, their background is. But it's also a testament to the staff we have here on Keyin and our different teams. Like I said, our faculty, our administrative teams, providing the students the support that they need in order to accomplish their goals. And I would say if somebody's coming to Keyin, is you will never feel alone here, and there will always be somebody there to lend a helping hand. And regardless of if the concern or anything that arises is technical, personal, or anywhere in between.
Wow. Thanks very much for being in conversation, and thank you for what you do.
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure.